Call the meeting of the Atoka City Council to order. Ask everyone to rise as we do the Pledge of Allegiance and the invocation. Face the flag, salute. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Let's pray. Father, we thank you again so much for this day. Lord, I pray today that you'd watch over our community. Father, you'd lead us as we seek to determine what the best action and business is for this community. Lord, I pray you watch over first responders, our police officers, our fire, EMS, all those who serve throughout this community, Lord. Lord, once we're so incredibly thankful for Jesus and salvation in no other name. And we ask this all in that mighty and powerful name. Amen.
Amen. Well, good morning to all. Have a nice crowd this morning. Thank you all for joining us this morning. And at this time, would the clerk call roll, please?
Mr. McDaniel.
Here.
Mr. Sherrill.
Here.
Ms. McGee. Here. Mr. Heinman.
Here.
Mr. Kathy.
Here. All right, as we move down under the consent agenda, we have a few items this morning. Approval of the minutes of July 20th, 26th, the city manager's report, approval of the blanket purchase orders for the city of Atoka for the month of August of 26, and approving and rejecting quotes from Miller Asphalt in the amount of $281,864 through the TOPS program for overlays on Court Street to Pennsylvania, Court Street to B Street, City Lake Road, and 3rd Street, California to West Side Cemetery, Choctaw Avenue to 13th. So numerous overlay projects. Is any of these items need to be removed from the consent agenda over to the business agenda? I would think D would probably need some further discussion. Yes. So we'll move item D from consent down to that. Are there any others? Hearing none, do I hear a motion to approve the consent agenda? Have a motion. Do I hear a second?
Second.
Have a motion and a second. Roll call, please.
Mr. Sherrill.
Yes.
Ms. McGee.
Yes.
Mr. Heinman.
Yes.
Mr. McDaniel.
Yes.
Mr. Kathy.
Yes. All right, as we move down to the business agenda, the first items are public hearings. We have 3 different public hearings this morning. We'll open up the first public hearing for intent to file for an application for financial assistance for the brush truck upgrade project. Is there any questions pertaining to that or concerns? Hearing none, we will close out that public hearing. Go to the next public hearing for the intent of filing for application for financial assistance for police department fleet project. Is there any, I'm assuming this is attachments for new cars?
Yes.
New equipment?
Yes, these are grants that have been, it's already been brought to the council for approval to submit the grants, and part of the process is we have to have a public hearing through that. Nothing guarantees that these 3 are going to be accepted, but it is a little bit further in the advancement of the process.
Okay. Is there any questions from the public or concerns? Hearing none, we'll close out that public hearing and move on to the third one, which is the intent to file an application for financial assistance for the maintenance fleet upgrade project. And again, this is
That
same.
would be public works vehicles
Okay.
to replace the older stuff that is still in use.
Okay. Any questions or comments or concerns on this item? Hearing none, we will close out this public hearing as well. And moving on to the business agenda, the first item is discussion and or action to approve or reject the quote from Miller Asphalt in the amount of $281,864 through the TOPS program for the overlay jobs on portions of Court Street to Pennsylvania Avenue, Court Street to B Street, City Lake Road, 3rd Street from California to West Side Cemetery, Choctaw Avenue from 13th to 11th, and Velma from 13th to Cedar. Any questions or comments on this? Again, this is
So
attachment
we
4.
usually do these one at a time, but we've got several. this
Well, we've
time,
got
so-
several different sections
And several
we've-
different times that.
Yeah,
they do it.
and we've got the contractor that would line up to do them
Yeah.
kind of
I know
sequentially.
Mildred.
What we've done is with the capital improvement funds, we've tried to identify, and we've used our public works director kind of, that's giving us a list basically of which streets need the more priority. And so we're just trying to do and manage some of them as we can as the funds are available. But we do have funding available through capital improvements to cover these projects here.
Yeah, I just saw we're approving several of them this
Yeah.
time instead of just one at a time. Okay,
Some of them are shorter sections too
okay.
of a similar project.
What exactly is TOPS?
It is a similar to like state contract purchasing or
Okay.
Sourcewell. They identify, we submit the stuff to them and they certify, and then that way they have the management agreement through the state and stuff to where it doesn't have to be competitively or open seal bids and stuff.
Okay.
Operates much like the state contract purchasing does.
Okay. So the city's financial obligation is the full amount?
Yes.
There's no reimbursement grant or anything?
Not on these.
Okay, okay.
Okay.
If there's
Any
not
other
any,
questions?
I recommend approving.
Okay, we have a motion. Do I hear a second?
Second.
Second, motion and second. Roll call, please.
Ms. McGee,
Yes.
Mr. McDaniel,
Yes.
Mr. Hindman,
Yes.
Mr. Sherrill,
Yes.
Mr. Kathy,
Yes. Okay, the next item on the agenda, discussion and interaction on permit application of M&M Stone LLC for mining application concerning property in section 13, Township 2 South, Range 11 East, which joins property owned by the city of Atoka, and their request for waiver of certain setback requirements. Good morning.
This matters, Mr. Miller is here to speak
Okay.
on this. Just a little bit of, I guess, preliminary information for you guys. Mr. Miller owns property that's identified in the agenda item. It joins the city of Atoka's property up here at the top of the hill. The city has 1,320 feet of adjoining property to the south, and then on the east side of the city's property, another 1,320 feet. So Mr. Miller's property makes kind of a backwards L shape around the city's property. He has a mining permit to mine surface gravel from the property. The state of Oklahoma requires a 25-foot setback from property lines generally from where they can mine, conduct mining operations. So right now under the permit, he can only mine up to 25. There's got to be a gap of 25 feet between where he stops mining and the city's property line. Mr. Miller is asking the city to waive that 25-foot setback area along that 2,640-foot boundary with the city's property. And then I also believe that emergency management director has some concerns that he wants to have the council addressed on the matter regarding the structural integrity of the pole, the city's emergency management pole there as well. So
Okay.
that is the setup for this agenda item. So.
Okay. Well, let's start with Mr. Miller. Would you like to come forward and give us your name and all that? And we have a microphone so everything can be of record. Good. How are you, sir?
Pretty good. Basically, I just filed for a permit out here, and the variance is for so mining's got like a blanket for sand, topsoil, rock, different things. We all know Scratch Hill is solid rock.
Mhm.
It's not, it's mainly for, if I get up too close to your property line, if it erodes away.
Right.
The rock's not gonna fall and erode away, so there's no worries about that because it is a solid rock. And I'm just asking to get up. We're gonna stay away from the tower, just asking to get up to the property line, because if you think 25 foot times 100 foot down, because it's all, I'm going to level with it, is what I would like to do, just to be able to get that extra rock there,
Okay.
if that makes sense. But it's not, it's the blanket concern with the mining commission is if I'm up in on your backyard mining and your topsoil starts washing away. So it's kind of a different, but you got to get a variance. I have a letter for it just for this circumstance, and it's a very common practice in this type of application. And maybe at a later date, because that property is pretty unusable up there, maybe we could do something with I'm actually doing something with Ronnie Henderson and buying his reserves, basically putting under contract so the city could actually make money off of that too. I could go ahead and mine on into it and get down. I mean, that'd be at a later date. I don't need the rock just yet, but that's something we could talk about at a later date if that was something that the city would be willing to do. you know, and then it'd be level, because I'm not digging a hole, I'm just going level. So if we go level, the property be usable for the city as well.
You said there's about 100-foot differential from where that line would be.
To the
But-
bottom, to
yeah.
the level, yes. It's probably more like, in most areas, probably 50 to 60, but there's a couple peaks in it, you know, that's why I said max out about 100.
Well, I know that area's restricted, but
What we're
still,
talking about, he said Scratch Hill, that's
Yes.
me,
So just as you go out on the old road,
uh-huh.
as soon as you top over to curl back to Highway 3,
Oh, okay.
right there where it's
Where the
flattened out.
Flat.
where the scrapyard is.
Yeah.
yeah,
I
where the
own a scrapyard as
Okay.
well.
Okay, I know it.
So that's the
Alright.
area right there, and then we have the communications tower on top of the hill.
Right.
There, that's I think what
Mhm.
Travis wants to speak of is where the guide anchors are, and we have some other agenda items later this morning to talk about a new possible replacement tower. So there's a lot of issues there with anchors, and having.
Yes, sir.
I know it's rock, but
Uh-huh.
I know that most of that rock's also diggable without blasting or drilling and those
Yes, sir.
kind of things. So there's fractures in it. So not knowing, I'm not aware of how close our anchors are to the property line currently, or how long they are, or,
Yes,
or
sir.
anything like that. So I know we have some other agenda items to talk about on like I said just now, on the other tower piece, but knowing if that's going to be replaced back in the same location, or is it going to move? I'm not aware of what that's going to look like just yet, but one of my deals is if there's 100-foot variance from the top of the hill to the floor of the mining area, the safety part of having some type of fencing there to keep somebody in, if somebody was up there, I know they're not supposed to be on the property, but
Yes.
some type of restrictive barrier to keep somebody from walking off or driving off
And we could put some
100 foot-
berms up there.
100-foot differential there, not
Yes, sir.
knowing it's there, and then you come in one morning and there's a car upside down
Yes,
in
sir.
the bottom of your pit.
Oh,
So
no, I understand.
nobody wants that.
So to the left of that, to the right of that tower, there's already that's already there.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? I mean,
Right.
that's already, that cliff is already there. Cause Carl Henderson and Ronnie Henderson have all around the other two sides of it,
Okay.
and it's been dug on for 100 years.
Right.
you
Right.
know. I'm not trying to get in the tower proximity, if that makes
Right,
sense.
right.
Now, where it was already dug up to there, that was before my time. But
Right, right.
I've come, my permit I have now is to the, I think it'd be to the north of there, no, the south of there. And then the, other permits on the north end, so. But
So
this
you-
is just on the property line. So let's say the flag's the tower there and that wall's the face,
Mhm.
basically stop right in here and then start again on that side, and you can still get to it from the backside. It's
You're talking about
there's
the
still
west-
a road.
West side of the ridge.
Yes, sir.
That's where our road currently is, and that's on our lot that we own up there, correct?
Yes.
I
Right.
got a question.
Yes, ma'am.
It says, on the notice, it says, any objections or requests for an informant conference on this application must be in writing and received no later than 14 days after the final publication of this notice. So why would we, with that, Johnny, if there was somebody that wanted to do that, when will we be able to listen to those complaints or whatever?
It's a complaint to the mining commission.
Yeah,
correct?
it's
Not
a
to
Okay.
us.
complaint that it would be an objection to his permit, that you would file, an objection with the mining commission,
Not with the city.
not with the city.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So
I-
we wouldn't see those. We
No.
wouldn't see those,
No.
and we would not hear about those.
No. I'm not.
Why wouldn't we? If we're gonna vote on something,
Well, this is,
Like this.
they're not, the mining commission doesn't ask the city for permission to grant a mining permit. The only involvement the city has here in this situation is, as an adjoining property owner, you would have a right to object to
Right.
the permit with the mining commission.
Mhm.
But he's asking for, the reason it was put on the agenda today is he's asking for a waiver of that 25-foot setback period on there.
Okay.
Yeah, it's a large number of yardage of gravel that could be
Yes, sir.
excavated off the site in
Yes, sir.
that 25 feet. I understand that.
My only question is, as far as like from the property line, like if you mine that whole thing, is it That would be like from the
So, anyway,
city
you
property
go up this
line
road
down to
and
the
come
bottom
back
after you
into
get through
the-
mining.
where
It's
you
gonna be
go
a
up
100-foot drop
Polynesian through there.
In-
like I
in
took
areas.
pictures. Yeah.
In
in
areas.
areas, but
No,
mostly
there's
60
roads.
foot, but it's already
There's-
there. I mean, it's not, I mean,
So
it's,
where
the only
he's
difference
been
this is gonna do is it's
is
gonna
over
be
here,
25
but
foot off the city,
That says southwestern.
off my
Bell.
property line, y'all's property line on this side.
I got you.
So,
So basically, I'm just trying to move to where I can get all my property. I'm not trying to get into city's property, just all
Yeah.
my property. And the variance is just for, like I said, for erosion and stuff mainly, or if
Yeah.
it was next to your house or big building or,
Yeah.
you know, so with that,
Well, that was
topsoil,
what Johnny was talking
topsoil
about.
erode.
Yeah.
this should, and I think
You
this
know, it's
was
not,
in this way transfer.
it's not gonna erode, but the wall's already there. The concern about the wall's there and it'll still be there. It'll just be 25 foot
Because
this
there's
way.
a
If that makes sense.
Yeah.
So,
CMD. Okay. All right, any other questions for Mr. Miller?
And Travis is gonna speak?
Yeah, I need
Um,
Travis up next to see what his issues are.
Thank y'all.
Thank you,
Thank you.
thank you, appreciate it very much.
Morning, council.
Morning.
Our main issue was just that the guide wires that's currently for the old tower, we are getting pretty close to them. We're within about 15 feet currently of where it's being excavated. Like you said, he hasn't been the one that done it. It was done before then, but with each time it rains, it washes further and further off. The tower that's currently on Scratch Hill is 129% load capacity, so it's overloaded towards the height of the top. So if we lose that anchor, that tower is not going to stand. It's going to fall. So our biggest point was while that tower's still there, we didn't want him anywhere closer to that. And then also we was requesting that he not blast, because even with the new tower up there, some of our equipment's not gonna be able to handle the shock from it. So that was my main concern. And then anybody that I've talked to that has our radio equipment or anything like that, that was their main concern with this permit. So that's all that they asked us to address.
Okay.
So, any questions?
Do you know the depth of the anchors by any chance? I mean, I know that tower's been there for north of 50 plus years.
They told me 15 to 25 feet.
Okay.
So it just kind of depends on exactly how far they could actually get into the rock. So.
And if we move forward with a new site, is it gonna be on that existing site, or is there enough room to adjust
We're gonna go north.
further away from the property edge?
You'll be, yes and no, it'll go closer to the property edge on the back side, kind of the north side of the hill. Kind of where we're dumping houses up in that area, closer to it'd be kind of towards that eastern property line. But Guy is waiting for, like, if we approve this, then he's gonna come out and do sampling to see exactly where the best place for it to set
Okay,
is.
so
We have a little
east
bit of
of,
leeway.
east of the DEQ permitted site, and
It's gonna
and-
be right there as the road curves around to go back to the tower. That was our best idea, was right there.
So you're saying that we would need to look for a new tower site?
well, you have one that's currently in operation. It would have to move over a little bit to keep that one in operation while we built the new one, correct?
Yes.
So we were planning to build a new
We're
one.
looking at building. a
Okay.
new-
Yeah, it's on the later items here, so it's kind of, we haven't proved anything yet, but, I guess the compromise here is, do you have an ability to work around and not get within that 25-foot buffer zone for that one spot, but the rest of the area,
There's plenty of room up there for that.
is there ability to do? Yes, sir, come forward.
I just want to say, I'm not blasting anything, and he's aware where I was talking about earlier. He said it was prior to me.
Right.
We haven't been excavating there, we on both sides.
Okay.
So it's not, I just wanted to confirm there's gonna be no blasting, nothing like that.
Okay.
And like you said, it can all be excavated off the hill.
And I think you have to have a separate permit for blasting.
Yeah, I've got to file, saying, yeah, and if anything ever happened, y'all would know about it first.
Right,
I
right.
don't have to do blasting.
Okay.
I mean, it's,
But the area of concern that's near the guide wires, there's ample opportunity to mine what you want to mine on either side of that.
yes, sir.
Okay.
Yes, sir. And we can even, in the variance, Johnny Joe, we can knock off those feet right there for the variance and leave that there and get the variance on the rest of the property if that would be more comfortable. 'Cause I'm not mining there. I don't want to mine there for the simple fact of the tower. You know, I don't want to cause, it's gonna be a lot of money if it comes down.
Yeah.
But, I'm not gonna blast and I'm not gonna.
Okay.
Get any closer to where the tower is, just on either side.
And when you say level, you're just taking your property to level
Yes.
over to that area.
Yes, level on my side.
Yes.
Like 4th Street, I'm building a new office building there and I want to be able to expand my parking lot, make it bigger. That's what started the whole thing. And it's kind of, might as well get rid of it. I got the property, might as well use it where it's, full potential, so.
Well, I think, with the later discussions of a potential new location, trying to get that nailed down and anchored down exactly where that would be, and then adjust the variance, possibly if the council so chose, to adjust that variance depending upon what the current location and the new location, and then if it does move a significant difference, the distance away from where the existing tower is, depending on, I guess, the sampling that we have done for the base rock, to know what it's gonna take to stand a tower up and it be secure and stable, then it may be able to reverse that part of that variance if we move it far enough away from where the old site is. The old tower would come down, correct?
Later.
Later, right. So that, that might be something that we look at, adjust. Is there ability to do that, Johnny? Adjust that? Are you following what I'm saying?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Sorry, it's,
You're talking about moving the tower where y'all road is in the middle of that?
It's north where it circles back, makes you back versus tower.
Yeah.
So yeah, that'll be a long way off probably.
yeah, so trying to make sure that we have that
Yeah.
distance there but,
That'll make.
those are just thoughts that as we're talking through this morning, that's kind of, I know that we'll leave a buffer of that additional 25 feet where the existing tower is now, see where the new one goes, if there needs to be a small buffer zone there, but then once the old one's decommissioned, then that 25-foot buffer zone would potentially be able to be excavated up to that edge.
And like I said, that is, we could also make the city some money as well, if it's like to get into that, we can later on, we can talk about that, but buy the reserves from you guys, and then it'll be, because then it'll be level, that front part will be level on both sides, the road going in and that road,
Mhm.
where the gate is going back to the dump, and that'll be all usable. Yeah, so.
And I want to clarify, because we're throwing the word variance around because the mine commission uses that word. But Mr. Miller's property is not in the city of Atoka. It's not in the city limits. And so this isn't a variance that you
We
would
can
typically
adjust.
see from planning and zoning commission. This
Gotcha.
is a mining commission variance
True.
on the setback requirement that they have. And so I don't want to confuse you guys. That's why I
Yeah,
used the
because
word
we're not gonna be
waiver
able to
in my-
modify that later, correct?
But
Right.
yes, you can, it's all permissive. You grant it to him and you can change it later.
Okay.
Okay.
And I just,
You
If
can
we-
expand it later.
okay, if we chose to move forward with this morning, because I'm not gonna speak for the rest of the council, what process do you put in the permission for if we chose to grant the variance, how would you word that to ensure that we cover ourselves on our anchors on the existing tower until at some point in the future we have a new tower?
Well, I think that, the mining commission's standard waiver is 25 feet. I think I would just say that you're going to grant the variance,
With
for all
stipulations?
property with the exception of it, any areas surrounding the guy wires or anchoring systems of the communications tower.
Okay.
I can come up with some language, because we have to actually submit a written
Yes.
waiver or variance to them, so I could come up with some language for that.
All right. Is there any other questions or comments on that?
And it sounds like you had some concerns about, fencing too, that I could probably work into that as well.
Well, I mean, the challenge is if it's surrounding the city property, I mean, if it's a 100-foot wall on his property, those are, again, he's not in the city limits, but if for some reason someone arrived on the property that had not been given permission to be on the property and then accidentally drove off of our property, if we didn't have that secured, I don't know where our liability stands
Okay.
with that.
I can work that in there as well.
Do you see our concern on that? That's, outside of yours, that's your business, how you want to manage that. Just trying to make sure we cover all the bases on that. If that is a concern. Yeah. So, so then I would make the motion that we grant the variance with the, stipulations that we've stated on distance from the tower anchors and possible, security fencing of some sort, or security barrier of some sort around the,
Berm is what typical in mining, you just dump a bunch of rock or dirt, make a wall. That's what's typical, like on the mining roads, they want, MSHA wants berms, and so you can't drive off of them, so.
I know like with the four-wheeler or motorcycle or anything like that, you could, or high,
They're 4 foot is the typical, 4 foot tall.
some type of signage or something with reflectives to say, hey, you're gonna die if you go over this berm. So, something that would make somebody know there's a great big drop off on the other side of that 4-foot berm is my concern. So, anyway, that would be the motion on the floor.
I'll second.
Have a motion and a second. Roll call, please.
Mr. McDaniel?
Yes.
Mr. Heinman?
Yes.
Ms. McGee?
Yes.
Mr. Sherrill?
Yes.
Mr. Kathy?
Yes. Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir.
All right. Next item on the agenda, discussion and or action to approve, reject all or any part of a proposal from RFIP for the construction of a new 300-foot bell tower in the amount of $387,211.60. Good morning, Mr. Mullins. You're back.
This is, some of y'all will remember this, some of it's before y'all's time. This is the Skyline project that was approved through the council back in 2024, like October, November timeframe. OEM has gave us 50% of this grant to do this project up into $241,923.30.
Say that one more time.
$241,923.30 is what we've been approved through with the state through the ARPA funds, as long as this project is completed by December 15th this year. Because we have to have it closed out by the end of the year for payment back to the city. If not, the money goes back to the feds and we lose it.
Okay.
So, but what we're proposing is a new 300-foot self-supporting tower. There's also with the next item is a quote from another group. The lighting on the tower is my main question that I would like to bring to the council. If RFPI installs the FAA lighting system on it, which is $23,789, we are responsible for the system from the time that they put it on there and move forwards. So once it goes out of warranty, which is sometime about a year time frame, anything that happens to that lighting system, we're responsible for it. Like currently, we're having issues. We think lightning struck part of our lights out there. It's been a year and a half of fighting with companies to get us parts because the system's kind of older. They don't have the parts. They want to put a new system in. I get told one thing from one person, one thing from another. With the next item agenda, it actually is a company that monitors it. They have a program that monitors our tower at all times. If their lighting malfunctions for any way, form, or fashion, it notifies them via a message system, and they're responsible. If we stick the tower up, say in 3 months, lightning strikes it within a week, they come in and fix it free of charge because it's all part of the agreement that we would have. So that's my main deal is I was wanting to talk to y'all about the lighting system, see if we want to go with the lights we own or look at going with the quote.
Okay,
the next
so
one.
to be clear on the first agenda item here on the tower itself, is the lighting built into that package number?
It is right now.
So you would be, if we chose to go with another company, we'd back out
Would back
Ju-
up the 23,789.
789.
And that's why we wrote the agenda language such that you could approve all or part
Okay.
of that quote.
Yeah.
Very good.
And this is on the state contract, correct?
Yes, this tower is coming off state contract. It's DPS builds towers with this company. This is a DPS grade tower, so it's built for better icing and stuff like that.
And you said it's a
Self-supporting, so it won't have the guide wires and all that like we currently have.
okay, so it's more of a tripod leg type design.
It's not quite as big as the big tripods. We don't have quite as much load for like satellite dish type scenario stuff on them. So we don't have to have the big one. It's a smaller frame on the bottom.
Okay.
It goes up and it does have like triangles on top where our antennas and stuff are.
What is the capacity of this tower versus the tower we currently have?
Almost double.
Okay.
We,
So
we
have-
look for 20 years down the road what could possibly Atoka need.
Right.
And that's what we built for.
So this is the tower that was talking about
Yes.
replacing.
Yes.
This is the tower we're
So
calling.
where is this, is it gonna be in the same place?
It's
or-
going to be on the same property. It's going to be back to the, hopefully further north, kind of back towards Boggy. We have where we take our old houses and stuff. There's a road that circles back to our current tower. We're looking at back in there. We're going to actually lose height of the hill by about 15 feet, but our tower is 40 foot taller than our current 260 foot tower. So overall, we will be gaining some height that we actually need. So, but the company will come out and do core sampling in a couple different spots. There was just a few areas that we had concern that we didn't think we were going to be able to stay within. So that's the reason why we were picking this area. It was a little more level already.
When you say further to the north, do you mean 100 yards? Do you mean 300 yards?
It
Roughly.
is about 600 something feet north of the current location.
Right. So less concerned with guide wires,
Yes,
higher, taller tower,
Yes.
more load capacity
yes.
for future needs, because we're at 100. I don't know if 129% is excessive, but it seems excessive when it's
It is.
when 100% should be all that's on there. We probably should.
The
do
current tower is 63 years old. It is in very bad shape. They're telling me that there's companies that won't even climb it because there's some bolts missing part of the way up the tower, and they won't climb it. So
That's when you just kind of stick a
My
close
wedding
hand.
is it.
So,
even the internet company that's on it is telling me the equipment that's on it, they need to only go up like 120 feet to remove some stuff. Anything over that, they don't even want it.
The
So-
241,000, is that like a grant? You said a grant?
Mr. Miller,
What is
give
it?
him notice that, watch that tower.
We might go ahead and let you, when they get all their stuff off, if
Yeah.
you wanna just go ahead and line into that guy wire, we'll fix the
Yeah.
demolition
No,
problem will be taken care of.
It would go the wrong way. I know which way it would go. But the grant is for 241,
Uh-huh.
923.30, but that's for the full project. There's
So
several things that
subtract.
did not require the price tag on them, did not require council's approval. Some of that being AEP's got to run like 900 feet of new power line. We got to put up a 8-foot tall fence around the site. We're having like city electrician do some electrical work, then security cameras, security systems, just stuff like that. That's all falling underneath that. We don't have to come. That's all part of this project that we'll be able to go back against. So
So on this first item, if we go with
Mr. Mayor,
RFIP, we'd be at,
Why don't you go ahead and call the second agenda item, you can discuss them both together.
Okay.
And then,
well, while we're talking about this, let's go ahead and add that number 4 item on
Yes,
there.
let's go ahead.
Discussion into action approving or rejecting the service agreement and quote from Luma Service for the new tower lighting. So that aside,
that way you can tell you the price of that and the price differences.
So with Lumen Serve, like I was saying, they are a company, they're kind of a one-of-a-kind company. What they do is they monitor the tower. They report to the FAA any problems with the tower. So like every month I have to call in to the FAA right now and tell them our tower's still malfunctioning with our lights. This company takes care of that. If there's a lightning strike or any problem with the tower lighting, they come out and do it. It's $510 a month that we would be, responsible for moving forward. Like the nice thing about it is I've been talking like Chickasaws, everybody around us. Within 48 to 72 hours, they've had a company here on all issues and worked on the tower and got it back going correctly. It would remove future like painting or anything like that the FAA requires. It removes all of that out of there because that's their responsibility. They make sure the tower stays up to FAA specs. So they'll keep all the lighting. If there's any changes in antenna heights or anything like that, it's their responsibility to come out and move lighting or anything like that.
so is there a base dollar amount, then the service amount monthly?
It's the 510. They've got it wrote out. It's just a few different things. There's like,
Attachment 11.
he's got it wrote out. Sorry. It was $567 a month, and they give a Oklahoma special discount of 10%, which would took out $57, which brought it down to the $510 a month. What they does, there is one fee in there that besides the base product fee, which is lighting, maintaining logbooks and all that stuff, there was a fee for, they had a wireless device in there. If our tower has internet, we have internet brought up there for any reason, then we can actually take that down just a little bit.
What does this tower do? Cause, you know, I mean, somebody's asked me, but is it a church bell tower or what? I'm like, well, okay, well,
Every-
you still explain.
If you call
It does.
911 and the fire department, police, fire, EMS, your NOAA weather radio, your Atoka PD radios on the backup channels, everything comes out of this tower. There's
It's a
5
critical
different-
infrastructure piece.
Yeah,
Right,
it
that's what I was-
dispatches like the fire department,
Mhm.
EMS, the sheriff's office would like to join us. They're working on a deal. They're going to talk
Mhm.
about it a little bit, and I'm going to meet them next week to talk some more. But it pretty much any emergency service call that comes in through this county goes through this tower at some point, form, or fashion.
Yeah, I just wanted
And
you to explain
are-
that.
Is the Choctaw Nation also on this tower?
The tribe has one radio on it. They called me the other day, but I told them that would be a later on discussion that we would have with the council about that.
Thank you.
One thing that might add on that too, going forward with the offset of the price, the use of the ARPA money is gonna be about 65% of what the total cost would be. We're gonna be faced with having to do this at some point anyway.
Right.
And hopefully not in a catastrophic situation because of these storms. We have took a hit on that tower a time or two, and had damage on it. And there are several entities that are on there right now that are basically on there for free. And if looking forward, it will probably be in the council's best interest to consider contractual stuff that if they want to have equipment on it, it's approved by the council and then they can do a contract rate for going forward and try to clarify some of the stuff. There's a lot of problems as me and Johnny had discussed with just the,
Yeah, we have a
acquisition of the
contract
tower.
with one of the broadband companies.
yes.
And I don't think we ever renewed that, did we? Because
I don't think so.
the old contract was they were to provide us with free internet at some of the city properties, which we don't use, we wouldn't use, don't need. That contract expired, they still have equipment out there. We kind of got into a situation where we were wanting to redo that contract, but with the situation with the tower being in such poor condition, I didn't really want the liability of giving them a contract if
Yeah.
something were to go wrong. So they're just kind of squatting on it right now. But you know, if we get a new tower, we will probably if they want to join the new tower, they will pay a monthly lease fee on that, and there'll be some revenue to offset some of.
They currently are paying us still. I checked
they?
into that the other day. They have found a new site. They had to put up new equipment under a FCC ruling. Some of the equipment on our tower is shut off or actually even unplugged and moved out. Some of the equipment on the tower itself, they are not feel safe enough to climb to that height. So the equipment's still there. But it is in the off position.
Okay.
So,
So we're looking at a total for the tower of 387 to 1160, and then you have the ARPA funds of 241, 923.30, which leaves us an out-of-pocket expense of 145, 288.30 if I can read my own handwriting.
And then
Or
the
70.
contract.
And then if we back out the lighting section of that, that takes it down to basically 121,500.
Yeah.
$121,500.
yeah, we have to hit the 50% mark. The way this ARPA fund agreement works.
Okay.
So if we don't meet the full price, we don't quite get the full 50%. So
Okay.
So
All
you're
right.
it's
talking
got to
about-
be a 50%.
Okay,
So there's
50,
gonna be a
50,
little
okay.
bit give
You're
and
talking
take.
about backing out of the contract for the lighting, is that what you're saying?
Yeah, if you, so the first agenda item for the RFIP had the lighting in it of 23,789, correct?
Yes.
And then if we did not go with that lighting package and went with Luma Service, which is, I guess, your recommendation.
It is my recommendation. I'm hearing a lot more better information and it's not
Good.
as hard on us to get.
So there's a
stuff.
monthly service there that I think you look at offsetting possibly with contractual obligations to help kind of manage some of that. So it's not all out of pocket.
How long are we guaranteed that price, that monthly price?
5 years.
Says up to 5 years.
Yeah,
Are
up
they
to 5
guarantee
years.
you
He
full
said
5
that it
years?
won't change for 5 years.
Okay.
Matter of fact, in the 2 years I've been working on this plan and talking back and forth with him, it's only raised, I think, $40 from the original quote that he gave me. I could go back in my paperwork out of the office and find it.
Councilman, I'll guarantee you at the end of 5 years, that rate will not decrease. It has been my experience. It has been my experience on this council that those rates do not go down.
Well,
And at the end of 5 years, we do have the option to purchase said equipment on the tower as is.
it's just been my experience that you get up to 5 years and 18 months from now, hey, by the way, we're doubling this.
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly. Yes.
But we're not gonna own the lighting, it'll be
No,
leased.
it's leased. Everything on it. Like if we decide to purchase at the end, they'll give us pretty much how much ever it costs off what. He explained it in a deal. I mean, they've been a really good company. They've come down and met with me multiple times and made sure that he's even looked at our tower design and all that to make sure that they think it's good what we need. So, I mean, they look at, I know in Southeast Oklahoma, they have over 100 towers between Choctaws, Chickasaws, Durant, McAllister, Pittsburgh County, several of them around us are using their services.
So it's kind of a natural fit. They're already going to be here. So it's,
They're already in the area. They're, if something happens, it's their crew climbing our tower. To me, it's easier.
you don't want to do it?
No.
Okay.
You
Not
might
that
have to come
adventurous,
get,
huh?
you gotta come get me after 50 feet. Bobby
Okay.
back there can contest to that.
Okay.
So,
So then there's a third item that I should have just gone ahead and read too, because it's going to be in the total package number, correct? Well, I'll go for it. So the next item, while we're still in limbo on the first two, discussion and or action to approve or reject a quote from Generac for a new tower generator in the amount of $41,649 on Sourcewell contract. So you have state contract, Sourcewell contract. So, okay. So all three of these agenda items make a package.
make a package.
Okay,
Yes.
so you have your tower on item one, lighting on item two, backup emergency power on item three.
Yes.
Right? So, I mean, the reason for this is if power goes out, we're not talking to anybody, correct? Nobody can
We have
dispatch.
TAC channels, but we can't talk outside the city.
Okay.
So, I mean, if you have family that lives in Daisy or Ferris or something like that, EMS can't talk outside the city. So I mean, if something would happen, it could delay getting people out to family and stuff.
Okay.
So,
Right. Well, just any of the interagency connections and commitments need to be able to communicate. That's a key.
I mean, and one thing about it, the NOAA weather radio is on our tower. It is great because once the generator kicks back in, then the NOAA automatically reprograms itself, sends out stuff like there was a tornado event or something like that. It's sending out all that data for us.
Okay. All right. So total, just to be clear on item 4 on Luma service, I didn't see it in here, but what is the, other than the 510 a month, what is the upfront package? Just 510?
510 a month.
Okay.
We have no upfront, everything on it's
Okay.
through the monthly fee.
So we're gonna be upwards of, what is that, 400? So we'll be right around the 240, 250 mark out
Yes.
of pocket.
Yes.
Okay.
It kind of depends upon little things that we run into, like I know AEP charges for the new power line and stuff like
Sure.
that.
Sure.
So
And this would be, revenues for this would come out of, does this come out of, what fund?
This would be a general fund. man.
General fund item? Okay. And the funds are there to manage?
Yep.
Okay. All right. Is there any other discussion or questions on item? We'll start with item 3 on the 300-foot tower. Is there any question?
On the 510 a month, is that just, I mean, is it a contract or it's a state, right? You said?
yeah, it's not a state contract or nothing like that. It's
It's a service
it's
contract.
Service contract.
So it could go up too.
Yes.
Right.
he said it's
Okay.
guaranteed for 5 years.
Okay.
So
I know.
that is
Okay.
one
Is
thing
that the
he-
same-
That-
okay,
yeah.
it's the
Yeah.
same one.
Christmas.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay, so on item 3, on discussion action approving or rejecting all or any part of the proposal from RFIP for construction of a new 300-foot bell tower in the amount of $387,000 to $1,160. Would we need to make, if we would take out in the motion, would we take out the lighting package? Okay. Of $23,789
Yes.
to reduce.
Reduce.
You run the
Yes, Yeah, I'm adding it up right.
Why do we call it a bell tower in the?
It, the manufacturing company's Bell is considered a Bell radio tower.
Oh, okay. I mean,
Not
church bell.
Not church bell, no.
No. Now, we can put one on there.
hey, that's what I was at.
Ring the bell when it gets bad.
So the motion would be to approve, the proposal from RFIP, with less the lighting package for the total amount of $363,422.60.
$363,422.60.
Yes.
Correct?
Mhm.
Okay, that is the motion on the floor. Do I hear a second?
Are you making it?
All
Yes,
three
I'll make
for
it.
all, oh, okay,
You
I'll
make it.
second.
Have a motion on the floor. Are we doing one item at a time, correct?
Yes.
Oh, one
Okay.
element, okay.
So the motion on the floor is to approve the 300-foot bell tower through RFIP for $363,422.60.
And that's without the,
That's without the lighting package.
okay. Yes, I recommend approving.
Okay, have a motion and a second. Roll call, please.
Mr. Sherrill,
Yes.
Ms. McGee,
Yes.
Mr. Heinman,
Yes.
Mr. McDaniel.
Yes.
Mr. Kathy.
Yes. And then item 4, discussion and or action to approve or reject service agreement and quote from Luma Service for the new tower lighting, which would be $510 a month for a 5-year contract. That is the motion on the floor. Do I hear a second?
Well, I recommend, second. Excuse me.
Okay. Motion second. Roll call, please.
Ms. McGee,
Yes.
Mr. McDaniel.
Yes.
Mr. Heinman,
Yes.
Mr. Sherrill,
Yes.
Mr. Kathy.
Yes. And the last item is discussion and action to approve or reject a quote from Generac for the new tower generator in the amount of $41,649 on Sourcewell contract. Do I hear a motion on this item?
I'll make the motion.
I'll
Okay.
second.
Motion and second. Roll call, please.
Mr. McDaniel.
Yes.
Mr. Sherrill,
Yes.
Mr. Heinman,
Yes.
Ms. McGee,
Yes.
Mr. Kathy.
Yes.
Thanks, council.
All right. Thank you, sir. Thank you. Mr. Miller, thank you for coming this morning also. Thank you. All right, as we move down the agenda, public requested agenda item, presentation of updates from the Atoka Area Chamber of Commerce Executive Director.
Heather.
Good morning, Miss Heather.
Good morning.
Good morning. Happy Monday. So, I just wanted to come in. It was kind of brought to my attention that, some on the council are unaware of what the chamber does, what we have going on. So I figured I'd just kind of meet you where you're at and bring you some information on some upcoming events that we have. So I have all that kind of in handouts, if you're curious. on
Sure.
it.
Sure.
Think we have one.
No, that's
It's the same, different one?
different.
Okay.
He
Oh,
knows
yeah, I
all the
already
stuff
got this.
already, but.
I guess I can.
Thank you.
That's
Yep.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Oh, he did.
You want one, Susan?
Sure.
So, we have quite a bit going on. We have our luncheon coming up August 6th. I do encourage you as council members, as business representatives, employees of member businesses, to come to these things. I think it's an amazing opportunity to hear from business owners in the city of Atoka, just on a networking kind of perspective. And I also encourage you to send employees of your organizations to these, because I think what a lot of people, the misconception there is the business has the membership and it's just for the management or top leadership or things like that. But it actually, we're based off of employee count. So city employees, bank employees, Talk to Nation employees, they can all come to these things and be a part of these things. We really are working to get more involved with workforce. I think that's somewhere that the chamber can step in and make an impact. So our leadership program is launching soon. It's basically the same type of program with a little bit of leadership development. It'll be once a month, 6 hours a day, leadership development with community immersion. So you'll see these similar programs in Durant, McAllister. A lot of the chambers do them. I'm really excited about it. It's something that we've been working on for about a year and a half. So I just put some information on that for y'all. One of the days will be local government day. That'll be November 12th. I've already spoke with Danny and he passed me along to Gene with kind of doing a tour of City Hall. I welcome the council members to come and speak to the class. I also reached out to the commissioners to see if some of them would come speak. So just from a local government standpoint. But I just kind of gave you that so you guys are informed of what we have going on. And again, I encourage you to come to all the things because we're having fun. We're doing good things, I think. So, if you have any questions?
No, thank you for all your efforts
I know,
in
thanks.
putting things together in events. I know it's somewhat overwhelming from time to
It
time.
is.
trying
It's
to
a lot
put
of
things
hats
together.
for sure.
Yeah.
It's definitely a lot of hats in a one employee chamber, but it's fun. So, and I mean, the Choctaw Nation actually blessed all of us in Southeast Oklahoma with some training through the U.S. Chamber. So I did that over the summer, and I'll be doing it again, going to Tucson in January, and to get that credential, that IOM credential, and it's very informative, but very needed when you work by yourself.
Yes.
And membership, will you talk about membership?
Chamber membership?
Uh-huh.
As far as I can kind of clear up that misconception. So there's a lot of misconception out there that the chamber is funded through taxpayer dollars, which is absolutely false. We are 100% funded through our members and our community investors. There is no tax dollars that come to the Chamber of Commerce. Our budget is all membership fees.
Okay.
So our mission is simple: to promote, support, and grow the Atoka area business community. So our program of work, which I invite you, I just did a new meeting called Perks and Possibilities. I did it last week. I'm planning to do that quarterly, and it'll just be for new members, potential members, or even longtime members to come have a cup of coffee, have some donuts, and hear all about all the benefits of chamber membership. I can reach out and let you guys know when that is. It's going to be end of October, my next one. So, but our program of work falls under promote, support, grow, whatever that means. So promote, obviously, our website. We have an amazing SEO website where you search law services in Atoka and Complete Legal is going to pop up in that Google search, right? So we have that. The grow side of it is this leadership program, helping to grow those businesses, those employees of those businesses, so they can come back and pour that back into their companies, type of thing. And then support, obviously, anything that we could do to support our members is what we're going to do.
Thank
So
you.
good. Thank you for letting us know the list of events.
Yeah, and I am more than willing to come back next quarter and give you an updated one. I don't know how much we'll have because it gets a little crazy that time of year with everybody, but I would love to come back on quarterly basis if that's something we want to do.
Okay.
I'll just reach out to Susan.
Very good.
Okay.
Thank you.
Thank y'all.
Appreciate
Have a
you.
great week.
Okay.
Mhm.
All right, moving down, is there any council comments?
I think each one of you had an invitation, so
Yes.
Anthony Dillard, Councilman, invited each one of you and Jean Dodson and to the community dinner on August 13th, 2026, beginning at 5:30 p.m.
Very good.
at the community center.
Okay, thank you. And that's at the Choctaw Community Center, correct? Okay.
Yes,
All right, any other council comments? Hearing none, do I hear a motion to adjourn?
I'll make that motion.
Second.
Have a motion second, roll call, please.
Mr. Heineman,
Yes.
Mr. McDaniel.
Yes.
Ms. McGee,
Yes.
Mr. Kathy,
Yes. All right, we move into our next meeting, the Atoka Municipal Authority, which call roll, please.
Mr. McDaniel.
Here.
Ms. McGee,
Here.
Mr. Sherrill, Mr. Heineman.
Here.
Mr. Kathy,
Here. All right, as we move down, there's one item on the consent agenda, that's approval of the minutes of the meeting of July 20th, 2026.
Recommend approving.
Second.
Have a motion second, roll call, please.
Ms. McGee,
Yes.
Mr. Heineman,
Yes.
Mr. McDaniel.
Yes.
Mr. Kathy,
Yes. Any trustee comments on this meeting? Hearing none, do I hear a motion to adjourn?
I'll make that motion.
Second.
Motion second, roll call, please.
Mr. McDaniel,
Yes.
Ms. McGee,
Yes.
Mr. Heineman,
Yes.
Mr. Kathy,
Yes. All right, as we move into our last meeting of the morning, the Atoka City Industrial Development Authority, would you call roll, please?
Mr. Heineman,
Here.
Mr. McDaniel.
Here.
Mr. Sherrill, Ms. McGee,
Here.
Mr. Kathy,
Here. All right, as we move down the agenda, thank you all for staying with us. We have a few items on the consent agenda. Approval of minutes of July 20th, 2026, the Economic Development Director's Report, and discussion and or action on approving payment of invoice to Wall Engineering for the prep grant project in the amount of $207,985. Do any of these items need to be removed from the consent agenda and added to the business agenda? Hearing none, do I hear a motion to approve the consent
I'll
agenda?
make that motion.
I'll second.
Have a motion, a second, roll call, please.
Ms. McGee,
Yes.
Mr. McDaniel.
Yes.
Mr. Heinman.
Yes.
Mr. Kathy,
Yes. Right, on the business agenda, discussion and or action on purchasing certain property from the city of Atoka and accepting a quitclaim deed to said property located in portions of lot 4 and 5 of block 15 of the city of Atoka, Atoka County, Oklahoma.
We've discussed this numerous times in the past. This is the final step in completing the title work and curative work on the property over by the cell barn. It was one of the properties we acquired at a tax sale. You guys are aware we've been cleaning it up, cleaning the title to it up, and now we're transferring it over to ACETA. We approved that city council a month or so, a little over a month ago, but then that had to publish in the paper for 30 days, and now ACETA has to accept the deed. So we're just asking that you approve that.
Do I hear a motion on this item?
Yes, I recommend approving.
Okay,
Second.
have a motion, a second, roll call, please.
Mr. McDaniel.
Yes.
Mr. Heinman,
Yes.
Ms. McGee.
Yes.
Mr. Kathy,
Yes. All right, so we have an executive session today. There's two parcels to this. The first one, and Johnny, thank you for not giving my standard 8 pages to read, but
Oh, you've got plenty.
I do have plenty. I'm assuming we need to go ahead and read both and then
Yeah.
step into executive session. Okay, so item A, an executive session is authorized by Title 25 State Statute 307C11. All public trusts supported in whole or part by public funds are entrusted with the expenditure of public funds for the purpose of conferring on matters pertaining to economic development, including the transfer of property, financing, or creation of a proposal to entice a business to locate within their jurisdiction. If public disclosure of the matter discussed would interfere with the development of products or services, or if public disclosure would violate the confidentiality of the business, specifically discussions regarding the potential redevelopment of a historic property for business and manufacturing purposes. That's item A under executive session. Item B under executive session is an executive session authorized by Title 25 State Statute Section 307C11, easy for me to say. All public trusts supported in whole or part by public funds are entrusted with the expenditure of public funds for the purpose of conferring on matters pertaining to economic development, including the transfer of property, financing, or the creation of a proposal to entice a business to locate within their jurisdiction. If public disclosure of the matter discussed would interfere with the development of products or services, or if public disclosure would violate the confidentiality of the business, specifically to discussion of a letter of cooperative intent with an industry executive looking to evaluate this city of Atoka and its infrastructure for possible development. Easy for me to say. Okay, at this time, do I hear a motion to enter into executive session?
I make that motion.
I'll second.
And we are headed into executive session.
Do we need to vote?
Oh, sorry, we need to vote, don't we? I'm getting ahead of the game. Thank you, Vice Mayor.
Mr. McDaniel,
Yeah, sorry.
Yes.
Ms. McGee,
Yes.
Mr. Heinman,
Yes.
Mr. Kathy,
Yes. All right. We come back, do I hear a motion to enter back into open session?
I'll make that motion.
Second.
A motion and second, roll call, please.
Mr. Heinman,
Yes.
Ms. McGee,
Yes.
Mr. Kathy,
Yes. All right, and return from executive session, item A, acknowledgement of minutes of executive session, minutes were taken. Item B, discussion and or action authorizing the chairman and executive director to negotiate a redevelopment agreement to convert historic properties to business and manufacturing use. Do I hear a motion on this item?
I'll make that motion.
Second.
Have a motion and a second, roll call, please.
Ms. McGee,
Yes.
Mr. Heinman,
Yes.
Mr. Kathy,
Yes. C, discussion and or action authorizing the chairman and executive director to enter into a letter of cooperative intent with Lighthouse Infrastructure LLC for purposes of evaluating infrastructure within the city of Atoka for possible development.
I'll make that motion.
Second.
Motion and second, roll call, please.
Mr. Heinman,
Yes.
Ms. McGee,
Yes.
Mr. Kathy,
Yes. Is there any trustee comments? Hearing none, do I hear a motion to adjourn?
I make that motion.
Second.
A motion second, roll call, please.
Ms. McGee,
Yes.
Mr. Heinman,
Yes.
Mr. Kathy.
Yes. Thank you all. We are adjourned.